Welcome back. We're in conversation with Atul Kochar. Now, Atul, you also have a restaurant in a P&O cruise line called Sindhu.
That's right.
And where did the concept generate from to have a restaurant on a cruise line? I'm sure it faces its challenges.
It does indeed. This started with an invitation from P&O Cruise themselves that they wanted me to come and have a cruise with them and see if I would like to work with them. I had not stepped on a dinghy, never mind a boat. So, I'm a Punjabi, come on, I come from a landlocked space.
Yeah.
What do you expect? So when I saw the ship, I was like, wow, 300 meter long and it's massive. Houses about 4,000 people in one go.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So I took a cruise and I worked in the kitchens with them and I saw the standard, the cleanliness, the hygiene, everything. It was just very magical. I immediately said, yes, I would love to work with you guys. And then they went on to do research about how they can put an Indian restaurant on board. And they came up with this amazing idea. And I said, look, without charcoal, no way. I thought, great cruise, fantastic, thank you very much. I had a great holiday. I'm sure they can't put up a restaurant. But they did, they did. They brought an electrical tandoor for me.
Oh, wow.
Which pretty much works in the same fashion, same way. And the kitchen was really nicely built according to how an Indian kitchen should be, all the specs. And we started with that, and it has been a huge success.
And in 2008, you also opened a restaurant in Ireland, and I believe it was called Ananda.
That's right.
And so, was that venture as successful as Benares and Mayfair?
Ananda is actually hugely successful. I would say Ananda is equivalent to Benares of London. I don't like to use the same name for my restaurant, so I always,
But don't you struggle? You have a restaurant in Ireland, you have a restaurant on a cruise ship, and then you have a restaurant in Mayfair. I mean, and of course, then the other activities, the TV work, the books, so on and so forth.
Yes, I struggle. That's an honest answer. But then that's how you manage. You have to get out there and work hard. That mantra comes back.
Yes.
And you select people, you train people and empower them who really carry your ethos and the way you want to run the business. And it is a business and you have to see it in that light. If I remain too clingy to each and every work I did, then perhaps I will be very happy having just one restaurant with 20-seater.
So you want to grow?
I want to grow. I want to be able to give opportunities to people who work with me. They look up to me, and I think it's my moral duty to empower them and look after them and propel them to new height.
Now, do you feel that in the last decade, our perception towards food has changed? We've become more health conscious. We now look at calories. We just generally tend to be more healthy about what we are consuming. What is your opinion on that?
I truly believe that, and I'm absolutely with you on those thoughts. People have generally become more savvy when it comes to food. They have understood their cuisine, their food, what they eat a lot better. They constantly want to know what is in their food, really.
Yes.
Which is great, actually. From a chef's point of view, it's actually a very passionate thing for us to explain, being able to explain it to the guests that what they're about to eat. People becoming more conscious of calories and trying to break it down that what they eat, I think it's a perfect move. I totally accept it, and I totally want people to do more and more. It's really important.